I'll make you a cake you'll never forget.
Sure, it can be great to bake a cake or a pie yourself, but nowadays, who really has the time? Well, never fear, we're here to count down the top 10 best fast food desserts ever. Popeyes Cinnamon Apple Pie.
Best apple pie in the city.
Seems like nearly every fast food restaurant has tried to craft their own personal apple pie. Burger King, McDonald's, Arby's, and Taco Bell are just a few famous restaurants known to have tried their hand at mastering this popular American dessert. Unfortunately for these fast food joints, no one has mastered the hand pie quite like Popeyes. What makes Popeyes Cinnamon Apple Pie so much better than the competition's? Even though the other pies might contain some cinnamon flavoring, Popeyes puts the cinnamon right there on display. Heck, it's in the name of the dessert. This is done for good reason.
Yeah. Cinnamon. Yeah.
Unlike other listed pies, Popeyes dusts the entire pie in a harmonious layer of cinnamon sugar. Although cinnamon haters may want to steer clear of this incredibly fragrant dessert, most apple pie fans will be drooling before they even take their first bite of this amazing treat. According to some reviews online, the crust is buttery with a very nice crisp, and the only word used to describe the filling itself is perfection. This apple pie is just so good. Dairy Queen's Orange Julius.
Head on over, grab an Orange Julius.
Although Orange Julius has been owned by Dairy Queen for more than 30 years, the company's history is one that's not well known, and it deserves to be shared.
That belongs in a museum. So do you!
After all, it is one of the oldest beverage companies in the United States. It all started in 1926 when Julius Freed began selling orange juice from a small stand in Los Angeles. Although the business struggled in the beginning, with the introduction of a recipe change which assisted in cutting the acidity of the orange, the business became wildly successful and was ready for expansion. This new recipe would become the famous Orange Julius that is so adored by fans today. Over the next 50 years, Orange Julius would continue to expand by offering their beverages in multiple locations, as well as selling them at stands at county fairs across the nation. In 1987, Orange Julius was purchased by Dairy Queen, and the rest is history. Dairy Queen is one of the best places to stop for a dessert, and although the Orange Julius might not be your first choice for a treat, one sip of this creamsicle-like beverage and you'll be dreaming of Orange Juliuses for the rest of your days. Despite several attempts to phase out the brand, Orange Julius fans will not quit. Although the Orange Julius stands may have disappeared, the Orange Julius love will never fade, and that's why it's become an essential menu item at Dairy Queen. Domino's Marbled Cookie Brownie.
Brownie break!
For years, dessert lovers across the world have been trying to answer a most difficult question: which is better, a cookie or a brownie? Luckily for those who find it absolutely impossible to answer this question one way or the other, Domino's has come to the rescue with one of the absolute best dessert options in the fast food game. The Marbled Cookie Brownie takes both cookie dough and brownie batter and smashes them together for what many consider to be the ultimate dessert. The two sweet treats are swirled together to create not only an amazing flavor experience, but also one of the most beautiful desserts in the fast food game. The marbling effect produced by baking the two batters together is absolutely stunning and quite an impressive touch for a pizza place that has to get their food out the door as quickly as possible. If you're a fan of chocolate, this is definitely the dessert for you. With an explosion of flavor that stems not only from the chocolatey brownie, but also from the layers of chocolate chips mixed into the cookie batter, this is a chocolate lover's dream come true. The cookie dough also gives this dessert an amazing salty flavor, able to cut through the sweetness of the brownie, creating the perfect balance. The combination of these two incredible desserts created a new and beautiful super dessert ready to take on the world. For your next pizza night, be sure to add one of these delicious baked goods to your order. Ideal for sharing. But hey, it's up to you if you want to share or not. No judgment here. McDonald's McFlurry.
Well, if this doesn't justify a McFlurry, nothing does.
In terms of popular fast food dessert items, one of the most famous is easily McDonald's McFlurry. In fact, many would even argue that a meal at McDonald's isn't quite complete without one of their famous soft ice cream desserts. That is, if the machine is actually working. The McFlurry itself is very special in comparison to other fast food ice creams as it is made using a special machine. As many are aware, the spoon used to consume the frozen treat is the same spoon used by the machine to mix in the toppings behind the counter. This system revolutionized the McDonald's dessert game, and this fundamental menu item was actually invented in Canada.
Canada!
Ron McLeland of Bathurst, New Brunswick is credited with having first developed this dessert at his franchise location in 1995. Today, there are dozens of varieties of flavors internationally, and it's crazy to think that this dessert was only developed 25 years ago. It sure didn't take long for the McFlurry to become an icon in the ice cream world. Sonic's Classic Shake.
I heard you like milkshakes.
Oh boy!
There's probably no better feel-good food in the entire world than a milkshake. Whether after a bad breakup, on a first date, a late-night drive, or a stop with the kids after they won the ball game, a Sonic shake always has the ability to cheer you up on your darkest days or bring you an extra bit of joy during the happy moments. A milkshake is powerful. However, a Sonic shake simply cannot be compared to milkshakes from any other fast food restaurant. While many food chains offer the classic vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry varieties, Sonic Drive-In has thousands of customizable milkshake options, featuring everything from peanut butter Oreo milkshakes all the way to strawberry cheesecake shakes. If those sound a little too intense, their classic flavors like fresh banana and hot fudge will surely be able to please you.
Lisa, take a picture of me with all the milkshakes.
Is there anything better than having a delicious, cool, and creamy milkshake delivered to your car without having to wait at the drive-thru? Absolutely not! Skip the soda, order some fries, and grab the drink you're really craving, a Sonic Shake. Dairy Queen's Blizzard.
For some Blizzard!
It's difficult to determine what the best part of a Dairy Queen Blizzard is. From the sweet vanilla soft serve to the delicious mix-ins, all the way to the classic upside-down flip before being served, eating a Dairy Queen Blizzard brings back feelings of joy and nostalgia unmatched by many of the other listed items. With nearly every imaginable flavor combination created over the years, everyone has their own personal favorite Blizzard.
Dairy Queen closes in 10 minutes.
Some of the best ones include the seasonal candy cane and pumpkin pie blizzards, as well as themed creations like the Reese's Lovers Blizzard and the Oreo Blizzard. One of the main reasons this dessert has reached such immense levels of popularity is its upside-down flip guarantee. If your blizzard cannot withstand gravity while being turned upside down, then you'll get a new one for free. The days of crying over spilled ice cream are now over. Put it this way, if Dairy Queen is magical enough to bring together the members of No Doubt, which is where the band met when Gwen Stefani and others were working at a DQ, just think what a blizzard can do to brighten your day. Subway's Cookies.
Cookies!
Picture this. Imagine you're standing in line at Subway after ordering a sweet onion chicken teriyaki footlong when suddenly they catch your eye. Sitting in that beautiful, shining display case placed so tantalizingly on the counter are rows of gorgeous and fresh Subway cookies. If the absolute perfection of this cookie's appearance wasn't enough to get your mouth watering, the first bite is all it would take. These cookies are somehow the perfect balance of chewy and crunchy. Subway is currently offering 5 phenomenal flavors: chocolate chunk, double chocolate chip, white chocolate macadamia, oatmeal raisin, and rainbow candy chip. Although Subway is known to be one of the healthiest options in terms of fast food options, there's no reason why a little something special shouldn't accompany your sub every once in a while. And for that extra special experience, nothing can beat a Subway cookie. Even though there are many recipes to be found online aiming at recreating these iconic iconic cookies at home, part of the allure of the Subway cookie itself is the fact it's immediately ready to be devoured. These deluxe cookies will not disappoint. Plus, considering that technically Subway recognizes cookies as a side rather than a dessert, there's really no excuse not to grab one next time you're planning to eat fresh. A&W's Root Beer Float.
Right after I show you how to make homemade root beer popsicles.
Whoa!
This next edition might be a little less familiar than some of the other big fast food chain desserts. Even though A&W has been a staple restaurant in Canada for decades, its expansion into the United States has been slow and extremely regional. Right now, the restaurant is heavily focused on franchising, and multiple locations have recently begun to open in the southern and midwestern parts of the United States. Moving into the South, A&W is bringing with them one of the world's most iconic fast food dessert items, the root beer float. A&W root beer is considered the gold standard in Canada and can even be purchased in grocery stores across the nation. When A&W serves up this amazingly sweet, bubbly brew, they add soft-serve vanilla ice cream to make one of the lightest root beer floats that you could ever taste. While hard vanilla ice cream traditionally holds its form fairly well, the soft serve almost turns this ice cream float into more of a milkshake. The vanilla ice cream mixes with the airy carbonated root beer and creates a frothy foam that tastes of both the sweet root beer and the vanilla flavor.
Are you Vanilla Ice?
On a hot summer day, this is one of the absolute best ways to cool down. Although not always easy to find, anyone who's gotten to experience this beloved fast food dessert can concur that it truly belongs on this list. And A&W does it best. Wendy's Frosty.
Frosty! Yeah, boss.
As a staple menu item since day one, Wendy's Frosty is one of the most well-known fast food desserts ever created. In fact, many would argue that a meal at Wendy's isn't really complete without this frozen dessert that doubles as a dipping sauce for your fries, depending on the way you want to look at it.
Dip indeed.
However you like to eat your Frosty, the icy chocolate taste just can't be beaten. In order to serve this delicious treat in the classic consistency, the mix must be kept between 19 and 21 degrees Fahrenheit, which makes this one picky dessert. Despite currently only offering the classic chocolate Frosty at most locations, in the past, Wendy's worked to provide some other exciting flavors, such as the extremely popular Vanilla Frosty. The beloved iconic chocolate flavor is actually a mix of the traditional chocolate and vanilla ice creams, which is something not everyone knows. With most Wendy's locations still offering the Frosty for somewhere around $1, it's one of the best ways to put a smile on even the glummest of faces. It seems that millions get joy out of one of the best-selling chocolate shakes the fast food market has ever seen. Taco Bell's Cinnamon Twists.
Do I detect a hint of cinnamon?
The Cinnamon Twists are easily the most popular dessert to ever join the Taco Bell list of menu items. Despite the popularity of items from the past like the Cinnabon Delights, an icing stuffed cinnamon dough ball, or the Airhead slushies, Taco Bell's Cinnamon Twists seem to be the dessert fans are unwilling to skip. These tasty little treats are basically like dessert-flavored Cheetos. These fried snacks are light, airy, and coated in a delicious cinnamon seasoning that makes them absolutely addictive.
Okay, be careful. That stuff's addictive.
Think potato chips, but made for candy fans. Those who love Cinnamon Twists may be shocked to discover just how these delicious little delicacies are actually crafted. Cinnamon Twists are nothing more than seasoned and deep-fried pasta. This specialty type of pasta, known as duros, is made differently than traditional styles of pasta that you would buy at the grocery store. So don't try making these with a bag of burrilla. When you're craving those amazing cinnamon twists, no one does it like Taco Bell. Stay for seconds and tap or click another great video. Hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to join our notification squad.